You'd think a film about a woman with impulse control and super strength would have some pop. You would be wrong. Tanya Wexler's action comedy, Jolt, flatlines early. Really early. Kicking off with a shockingly dull 4-minute piece of voiceover detailing decades of our heroine's misbegotten life so far. It's cold, clinical, and packed with plenty of dry details when all we really need to know about Lindy, Kate Beckinsale, is that she suffers from intermittent explosive disorder. Presumably, it's the same condition that torments the Hulk. It means she gets pissed off easily, her always ready to boil rage then triggering something like super strength. It's an iffy start for a film about explosive anger and the woman from whom it flows. For a film built on the wild concept that bona fide action badass Kate Beckinsale has to wear an electrode-laden vest meant to shock her into submission before she maims everyone around her, there's only one response. How dare this film be so lethargic? Tucked inside the voiceover, by Susan Sarandon, whose very appearance, even via voice, indicates she's here for a reason beyond pages of bad exposition, are a few important tidbits. Lindy's condition was exacerbated by bad parents, stints in mental hospitals, and the army did nothing to dispel her condition, and she's recently undergone a shocking treatment in hopes of curbing her impulses. That's where the electrode vest comes in, which Lindy controls by way of a handheld buzzer that resembles a particularly chic garage door opener. When Lindy feels her emotional temperature rise, she gives it a little push, which leads to a little buzz that hopefully zaps her back into relatively normal shape. Wexler and Beckinsale do find moments of absurd amusement when Lindy, an outsized character, to be sure, comes up against everyday annoyances. The man-spreader on the train, the jerk screaming at an innocent valet, the crying babies. It all bothers Lindy, often to seismic effect. Still, the vest works, and she's trying to be a good girl. Enter mild-mannered accountant Justin, J. Courtney, saddled with unfortunate eyewear. Lindy doesn't like to date, but Justin charms her with unexpected ease. He's just nice, and even Lindy can recognize the value of that, even if it means the waitress on their first date steps all over him, leading Lindy to, quite literally, step all over her. 2 dates in, Lindy, who has spent most of her life in a state of rage, is a goner, head over heels, a new woman. That's why it's so very sad when Justin turns up dead. Jolt, Amazonas you might expect. Lindy sets out for revenge, but first-time screenwriter Scott Washa doesn't lean into Beckinsale's action chops. There's the good, like Stanley Tucci as Lindy's doctor, and the bad, like the convoluted path to who killed Justin and why, and the just plain weird, Bobby Cannavale and Laverne Cox as a pair of bickering detectives, wholly out of place but all but begging for their own spin-off.